This is really sad, and I think that this is a clue into Neil Gaiman's trauma, tragedy, and twisted mind. Hi, I'm Liz Gale, your friendly and messy third generation ex-Scientologist, and I feel this. When his ex-wife Amanda Palmer would urge him to talk about his childhood in Scientology, he would curl up in the bed into a fetal position and cry. I am not a doctor or psychologist, but this screams unresolved trauma to me. After all, Neil Gaiman worked directly for Scientology, becoming an auditor. He was taking the confessionals of other grown adults when he was a teenager. Okay, let me reword that. People were coming to Scientology, paying big money to be interrogated, to be released of all their crimes, their horrible things they had done, whether it's to their wife, to children, to, it could be SA, it could be grape, anything. And as an auditor, you cannot react. You just have to figure out a way to listen and then ultimately absolve that person. How do we know this? Well, Serge here, my friend Serge, that was literally his job when he was a teenager. And we are talking formative years of somebody's life. You can go on YouTube or on Substack, and Serge will tell you in his own words, he does not mince them, that he suffered abuse at the hands of Scientology and Scientology executives. Neil Gaiman was no different. Does this absolve him? No! But I find it really interesting. It's almost like into the mind of like a serial killer. How many more of these men raised in Scientology do we need? And you know what? The ex-Scientology community, sorry, I should have finished that sentence. How many more do we need being found out as criminals? That's what I should have finished with that. How many more habitual rapist SAers do we need coming out of Scientology for us, the little light bulb to go off to say, why is this happening? If I didn't introduce myself already, hello, I'm Liz Gale, your friendly and messy third generation ex-Scientologist. This happened in my family, for reals. So I know the way that this works, and I'm going to break it down. It's not pretty, it's not pleasant, it's disgusting. I'm so sorry about that. But I have learned a lot deprogramming from my time in Scientology. And with the help of some of my friends, this is Serge now. I don't want to see those other headlines. It makes me feel nasty. He has helped me realize unapologetically that there was abuse happening. Now, it does not in any way mean that we now can go, or Neil or Danny can go further abuse. That's when Scientology has won. That's when the enemy has crept in your heart and you have lost the plot of human life. No, but this guy with his unapologetic lens has really helped me understand that Scientology monetizes trauma and crime because you can basically pay to be absolved. And they are under no obligation. In fact, their internal policy does not allow for crimes to be reported to the police. They're handled internally, hushed up, behind closed doors, and we all know how that goes. This is an icky topic. I'm so sorry. I just feel obligated to shine a light on this because as long as SAers, predators, rapists have a multi-billion-dollar cult backing them, covering up their crimes, using their interrogation, making money off of forcing their victims into arbitrations and confessionals. It is a business of crime, of felonies, you guys. Listen, again, I'm not a professional. I was born in Scientology. I was raised in it. I got out. I'm trying to make sense of it. As is Serge, trying to advocate for children so they don't have this happen again. Because if we make any more Danny Mastersons or Neil Gaimans, what is going to happen to the rest of the world? This has to be stopped. Thank you for listening. Also, I want to hear your thoughts. I definitely don't want to come across as being a religious bigot. I want to be very clear that the beliefs of Scientology and the abuse of Scientology, of any cult, of any religion, are totally separate, okay? We have a right to believe what we want, and that's amazing. I think that's one of America's amazing, most powerful, fundamental rights. But the right to believe or practice religion does not give the right to abuse anybody, especially children. Now look, adults could potentially in the religious realm subject themselves to be like, okay, this is like religious torture. This is pain in the name of religion. I subject myself to that with consent, okay? They can do that. And you know what? Freaking go for it, bro. Like, what the fuck ever. But kids cannot do that, right? Legally, they can't do that. And also cognitively, they can't do that. They don't understand that their sense of identity, their private thoughts, their internal dialogue, their fundamental self will be altered by this experience. They cannot consent to that. And frankly, parents should not be able to consent on their behalf, in my opinion. I am also huge for parental rights, but just like a parent shouldn't be able to sign their kid up to just go get a tattoo, I don't think that we should be able to hook our children up to e-meters, electric devices in the name of Scientology. Now look, if you got this far and you don't know what I'm talking about with the electric device, I'm going to talk about that too. But yes, this is serious business, okay? Follow my friend Serge on Substack, online. Follow me, Liz Gale. There is a huge amount. Here's Nora. You could follow Miriam. You could follow Jenna Miscavige. She is the niece of the current leader. We were all born in Scientology. We are out now. There's another huge amount of people. I know I'm not getting everybody on this list. I'm not just going to keep rattling off names here because literally there are so many people who were raised in Scientology who have gotten out, who are speaking out against it. Because the damage done in those early formative years is so deep and bad and awful that we are sounding the alarm. Like, this has to stop. It's got to end. Thank you for listening. Follow for more. And, okay, bye.